Hey, welcome to the PC Gaming Show! Most Wanted.
Thank you for calling the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. Your games are important to us. For exclusive new trailers, press 1. For in-depth developer interviews, press 2.
What, 2?
To speak to a representative, say representative several times at different volumes before giving up.
No, I'm good on that one.
Frankie Ward and PC Gamer's 25 Most Wanted games. Please stay on the line.
Okay. Warning, the following program is intended for mature audiences. This program contains visuals that may trigger those with a foot. It's gone. PC Gaming Show, Most Wanted. Hi, Frankie.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. I am Frankie Ward.
Hope the kid's going great. She was pregnant in the last show.
Lab, where the finest scientific minds of our generation are on the brink of an exciting new technological breakthrough. The invention of a numbered list filled with video games. It's never been done before.
Never.
Why spend hundreds of millions to build a secret lab to study video games? Because these days there are so many games coming out, you need a wish list a mile high to keep track of them all.
Yeah.
Did you know that by the time I finish this sentence, 14 more games will have been added to Steam? And 8
Is that
of them
real?
will be hidden object games about cats.
Is that real?
To come up with a definitive list of the most exciting and anticipated PC games on the horizon, we've assembled a team of more than 80 talented game developers, prolific content creators, and expert critics. We gave them one assignment: dive into the ocean of upcoming games and catch the biggest and best games worthy of your attention. Today, those 25 scientifically selected games will become PC Gaming's Most Wanted. And by the way, we've got a lot more than 25 games to show you.
Oh, wait, oh, really?
We'll be revealing some of the awesome games on PC Gamer's very own wish list. Not only that,
PC Gamer has a what? That's cool.
far from our secret lab this year to talk directly to game developers at their studios. So we'll be bringing you a behind-the-scenes look at some of the exciting games they're creating. Right, get ready, because our biggest
I'm ready.
show ever is about to begin.
I'm ready.
Let's get this show started with our first look at some of the awesome games on the PC Gamer wishlist.
Thank you, Frankie. World premiere.
The life of a merchant should be easy.
This game looks awesome. I've seen this. It looks great.
Yours is not. And yet, you want more. You seek wealth. A golden future for your friends. Does your ambition meet no end? Tell me, little merchant, how much can you take?
So I wonder if this is an actual sequel. You know what I mean? Like, because for fun fact, I really like Moonlighter. I've never gotten very far in it. I've tried so many times. I love Moonlighter though. But I wonder if it actually continues the storyline or not. You know? Because there is a story in that game. This is by the same devs as I Am Your Beast and El Paso Elsewhere. And Mr. Bucket told me to. Tactical takedown.
Wow, that is 2 world premieres right out of the gate, and the show
Right out the
just
gate.
started. This is what we do here.
That's what right out of the gate
Any
means.
plans to slow down?
World premiere.
Good morning, crew.
Good morning.
Doing today?
I'm doing good.
Business as usual, it seems.
Yeah.
Pirates inbound. We're out of juice. Hey, Captain.
This reminds me of that one game, kind of FTL, but not that game, fucking,
Up and try again.
Lovers in a Space-Time or whatever.
In the shadowy depths of a forgotten laboratory where gadgets whir and whistle. A not-so-secret society of over 80 gaming luminaries gather for one purpose. To select PC Gamer's list of the top 25 most highly anticipated upcoming PC games. So, who is on this council?
Whoa! I almost didn't notice you!
And I'm on the council.
I'm Anna Demetrio, I'm a content creator and a voice actor, and I'm also a member of the council.
Hello, netizens. It is I,
Day
Day 9.
9!
Of PC Gamers Council with a capital C.
Hello, gamers. I'm Tanya Short, the
Tanya.
lead of Kit Fox Games. I am in my 2nd year in the council.
You're right.
Welcome, gamers. It's me, Die Hard Diva, horror enthusiast,
Hi.
content creator, and your newest member of the council.
Newest member? Man, I need to get myself a Colt hood, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah? That looks amazing. What is it? Mohtra? What was that? What was that title?
Main course.
Excuse me?
The first entry on our most wanted list.
Mohtra?
Remember, all the games
Mothra?
on our list were selected and
Mothra
voted by
from
more than
Godzilla?
80 industry experts. Here's the council's pick for number 25 of this year's most wanted countdown.
PC Gaming Show Most Wanted.
Number
25. Judus.
Judas.
Hey, I said that. I said that. Hey,
It's
hey!
Dave from Tech Radar Gaming. Back in 2007, BioShock blew everyone away by really pushing the envelope for video game storytelling. Now, Judus, which is coming from
I believe she's wearing a wig dumpling on top of her normal hair.
again in 2025. You've got 3 conflicting characters.
Unless her hair grew a lot in the last 6
Every
months.
decision affects the trajectory of the
Like, a
narrative.
lot in the
Which
last
one
6
are you gonna
months.
side with? Whose ideals do you agree with? These are the kind of questions that I can't wait to sink my teeth into. When
So, like, you can kind of see the separation. She has, like, she does have, like, the big puffy hair. Her hair is, like, very curly and puffy. But if you look at it, you can see that there's straight hair on the top. I think that's the wig. And then the rest is her hair.
supernatural powers.
I
There's
think.
an awful lot to get excited about.
So I think she's wearing a wig on top of her
24.
normal hair.
Floor 3.
Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment and say thank you on behalf of everyone at Tripwire. A massive thank you to our fans, and thank you to PC Gamer. To be included in the 25 most wanted games of 2020.
Yeah, you know, or extensions, or you know, whatever you want to say. I'm just saying that it's not all her real hair. Is what I'm saying.
Excited, and we wanted to say thank you. So we're going to show you an exclusive.
You know what I'm saying?
Classic Zeds reimagined for Killing Floor 3.
But like, she does usually have like the puffy hair going around. So like the part that you're talking about that's like sheep, like you're saying, like she does have that. That is her hair. You probably remember. I mean, we just seen her in June. Again, she was very pregnant. Very, very pregnant in June. During the Summer Game Fest stuff. But she seems to be cured of her pregnancy.
Killing Floor 3 is utter co-op carnage, and I cannot wait to grab my friends.
I'm snacking too much? What are you snacking on?
Before we get too deep into our most wanted list, I want to help you.
Maybe it is her all her real hair. Maybe she's got like one of those things in the back that's like puffing it up. I don't know.
Find every game from today's show. Speaking of lists, let's scroll through PC Gamer's overstuffed wish list for something new. You've heard that money makes the world go round, and that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is her real hair.
Which mixes up a fantasy city builder, a GOG game, and a real-time strategy, all in the same.
Yeah. Teased it or whatever.
Gold adventure, gold.
You can see where I was coming from with the wig on top of her hair, though. You can see where I was thinking. Women's hair can change a lot? Oh, I didn't know that. Me finishing reading the sentence there. Women's hair can change a lot after giving birth. There you go. That's the full context. Women's hair can change? What? That's insane! You can change. You can't just change your hair? I wasn't interested in that game until the end. I feel like we've seen this game a lot. It's not a bad game. Like, it looks good. A lot of marketing, though. Well, it doesn't look like, you say change, and like in my brain, what that means is like it goes from curly to straight.
Coming up in the show.
You know, like I don't think like our hair looks like it usually looks. It just is a lot longer, like longer than I feel like it would be in just like a 6-month time. But like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think she did something to her hair that's making it look bigger in the back than it is. Which, you know. I was just incorrect thinking that it was a wig sitting on top. It seems like she just straightened her hair on the top or something. Teasing your something underneath to give it volume. You know? So on and so forth. Yeah. BBL but for hair. Yeah, exactly. A BHL, if you will. Yeah. Starlight Revolver. Was that in the
So Starlight Revolver is an ARPG like Diablo, but instead of demons and monsters, it's magical anime girls
we've seen that
and games. That's going to the top of my list. Up next, you know how they say, take only pictures, leave only footprints when you're going into nature? Well, let's tweak that a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Vic.
Every creature, leave smoking craters. Strap on your jetpack, grab your space lasso, and prepare for revenge of the savage planet.
Raccoon logic.
Together, we will get back what they have stolen from us. Kindred will rise again.
All right. Her hair looks cute. I agree. Frankie is like...
To back off, or we are going to rain righteous fury down on him.
I played the first Savage Planet a long time ago. So, like, Day 9 is the usual host of the PC Gamer stuff, right? And slowly over the years, he's got more and more bald. Not as in he's balding, but as in he's just had shorter hair every year. With this year being, like, completely shaved bald. So, Frankie is, like, an exact contrast to him as the other host that's usually doing this. Where she has so much puffy, curly hair. It's, like, an exact contrast of Day 9. An exact 180.
Faded away. But beyond the destruction, frightened and alone.
Yeah, maybe Frankie stole Day 9's hair. Maybe that's what's happening here.
Now, together, we're discovering new horizons. Every foundation laid, every spark ignited.
I'm mad that the nut isn't in that scene. I'm glad the nut is back.
Our journey led us to these stars, and from the fragments of the past, we will forge a better, brighter tomorrow.
Is this Star Citizen or something? Spacecraft. Okay.
I wake to the warmth of the waxing salt sun, and before I draw breath, it sidewinds to the beetle moon.
Caves of Cud.
Muse on my many selves. Think.
Hey, I'm headed down to the Cud.
And all the myriad forms space and time have lathed me to. I dream of the sky shelf and its cosmic tilt, the movers that ferried strangers across stellar gulfs and toward their numinous ends. The earth falls away to light and dust, and I dream no more.
Nah, Maker, they don't, like, it's not like they actually have breaks here. In reality, what is most likely happening is she's reading this right here, and then the second that this ends, she takes like a 2-second break and then reads the next line.
Next up, we've got...
Sorry to interrupt, but the Council's deep orbit satellite is picking up a transmission. Looks like it's coming...
Like, there's not actually a break in between these. She's just reading them back to back with like a little bit of buffer time in between.
Coming from Los Angeles.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. That's two times I'm going to say it. Beverly Hills Cop refers to Billy Rosewood, not Axel Foley. In fact, Axel Foley says the line, Billy's a Beverly Hills Cop, 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 33 seconds into the first movie.
Interesting.
Was that streamer, game developer, and PC gaming show host Sean Day9 Plot talking about Beverly Hills Cop?
Yes, to all of the above.
It should not be legal to call a meal a shrimp feast if it has less than 8 shrimp. That's not a feast.
True!
It's not even a fest.
Sean?
It's barely a meal!
Oh, Frankie, I didn't see you there. Oh, and disembodied voice of Amelia Tyler. I didn't hear you there either. Hi.
Sean, what are you doing exactly?
Well, I'm not hosting the PC gaming show Most Wanted this year, so I thought, why not explore other art forms? You know, outside of looking seductively into a camera while I talk about video games.
So now you're a movie vlogger and shrimp
Why am I erect? What the hell? What happened to me? Whoa, that's crazy.
Promise to leave movies and shrimp alone if I let you talk about a video game while looking into a camera?
Oh, golly, do you mean it, Dr. Ward?
Well, why not? Just make sure the viewers know I'm the star of the show.
Number 23, Control 2.
Man, I need to replay Control. Well, we're going to soon, actually. Never mind.
There's one office we all long to return to. The Federal Bureau of Control. We're still a little light on the details of Remedy Entertainment's Control 2, but if you've played Control 1, you know why I'm excited. Control 1 had brilliant execution on some familiar third-person action mechanics, except it took kind of a mysterious SCP Foundation-style twist with telekinetic mastery, flinging objects.
Such a good game.
And more importantly, a brilliantly realized world with mystery around every corner. Control is the kind of game that even for someone like me that doesn't play
Still haven't played it? Well, we're playing it soon.
To keep learning more about the world.
We got a few in the way of it first.
And so, if you're like me, we're all dying to return to the oldest house for some more telekinetic fun.
Here's one for your witch list. In Crescent County, witches go high-tech with jet-powered motor brooms in a life-saving...
Yeah, Crescent County again!
To number 22 on our most wanted list.
So we're doing Max Payne 2 next. Then we're doing Alan Wake.
Hello and welcome to this.
Then Alan Wake American Nightmare. And then Quantum Break. And then Control. So we got quite a few games in the way, but...
Wanted for 2024.
Anyway, sorry. Hi, Anna.
The reception's been incredible. It's been amazing to see all the fan art.
And fan fiction.
And all the fan music.
And honestly, just seeing the reception, meeting people at Comic-Con and spending time seeing people resonate with the, core concepts of Crescent County, like making deliveries, racing your friends, and kissing them on the mouth.
We can't wait to show you a bit more of the game. A lot of the cool modifications you can make to your broom, all the cool little shortcuts around the island.
And all the general mischief that you can get into, too. So if that sounds like your vibe, we'd love it if you could join us on the Discord. We've got something in the works we're very excited about, but we also really want to show people more about the process of game dev, as we think it's really important.
So yeah, follow us on social
That's
media,
cool.
and we hope we can get this in your hands very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, sorry, we totally changed our minds. Our first playtest is going to be on Steam and Itch on the 8th of December.
Yeah. Hey, that's right now-ish, kind of fast.
1, you're an outlaw. 2, you have your own spaceship. 3, you have a misfit crew to manage.
Are they dating? They look like they're dating.
Cyberpunk RPG Citizen Sleuth 2.
I don't know if it's him, but I know she got married recently.
Dyson lands at number
I followed her on Twitter before I'm realizing that I might have... I follow them on Twitter. At least when I had Twitter. Now I'm over on Blue Sky. I don't think they're on Blue Sky. And when they did their wedding photos, this was like July-ish. All the photos they posted had them with like swords. Like they had big ass swords, and they had like they were wearing like a white dress, but it wasn't a dress. It was like it was one of those like not a pantsuit, but you know those pants that like are wide legged, so when you're like standing with your legs close together, it looks like a dress. You know what I'm talking about? They had like that kind of outfit on. It looked very cool. It was a very, very cool outfit. Very cool photos with these big ass swords. So I don't know if it's him, but I know that they got married pretty recently.
There's a lot of text involved, a lot of reading, but actually, it really is.
Yeah.
And in Citizen Sleeper 2 especially.
But I don't follow them on Blue Sky. I don't know if they're over there yet.
You decide to use the dice rolls and the way you react to your luck and your fate in the game is really, really important. You have to deal with bad luck all the time, with failure, with stress, and all of these things. And I think that's what makes the game really exciting and engaging. I think the thing that I'm trying to do differently with Citizen Sleeper 2 is really emphasize the mechanical.
Chad, have any of you played Citizen Sleeper? I've heard so many good things.
Job for players who are really into role playing, but I think for the second game, I wanted to have much more mechanical elements supporting that. So the new dice system, the new stress system, glitching your dice, breaking your dice, all of these structures, they kind of create much more gameplay around the body of the sleeper, what it means to be like an android whose body is falling apart because they're escaping the corporation that made them. You're really getting to see that in the mechanics, but also in the story, this way that the sleeper's really struggling with this very human thing, which is this strange unknowability of our own bodies, that they are both something that we are, and they're integral to who we are as people, but they're also something that we don't exactly know how they work all the time, and we don't know what they're doing all the time. We just kind of feel their effects. Qualities that I really tried to bring into Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah, I seen them in like the PC Gamer show in June, and that's when I followed them on Twitter.
With the characters, but also the intimate quality of the writing and the experience of kind of being in the body. It's kind of almost like a kind of emotional realism that the game tries to have. So I think that's been really important. Working on a sequel is definitely a different kind of challenge to working on an original game. You know, the game is already in the world, it already has fans, people have expectations, and when you're adding new ideas, you're kind of thinking all the time about the audience. Oh, they're gonna love it when they get to this bit, when they see this, and especially like having returning characters and having things happen in the same universe has been really exciting to just know that I'm dropping all these little golden pieces of moments that will connect to people.
That's cool.
It feels really special to still be telling this story through the PC gaming show. And
yeah, I've heard so many people talk so positively about Citizen Sleeper 1.
Sleeper moment on the PC gaming show.
I haven't played it.
The first moment of kind of like putting it out in the public eye and having people react to it. I really wasn't sure people would love the game, and especially because I was experimenting with taking ideas from outside of games, from tabletop games, and bringing them into games. And it turns out everyone was like, yes, this is something we really like. We really want.
I could do that in like 2 streams.
So yeah, it became really important to me to make a sequel.
Keep that in mind. Found their outfit and it is fire. Link it in chat.
I hope you enjoyed this look at Citizen Sleeper 2. Wishlist the game on Steam and will be coming out in early 2025.
I only remember it because of the cool swords. So like, you know.
If you're keeping score, we've just revealed our first 5 most wanted games. At number 25, we had Judus. Breaking through with more guns and gore than ever before, it's Killing Floor 3 at number 24. Control 2 warps to number 23. Crescent County charms its way into number 22, and Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector takes launch at number 21. Right, let's get back to our wish list for our next game.
Hey, John.
We couldn't afford to take a rocket into the distant regions of deep space, so we did the next best thing. We took a trip to Iceland to
One sec, Frankie.
Of space survival MMO Eve Frontier.
Coming soon. Streamer said coming! Streamer said coming! I'm not gonna try. Nah, not that, Frankie, but maybe next year. We can hold out hope.
Eve Frontier is a survival game set in space, with a focus on self-reliance, moment-to-moment gameplay, and unlocking third-party development with an inclusive business model. I think it's bordering on survival horror almost, in this huge, vast, empty universe with the rotting vestiges of an old civilization that grew too large and eventually collapsed. We're focusing really on the exploration. They'll be able to go vast distances, and in order to do so, they'll really have to prepare for that journey. They'll have to take resources with them. They might be able to survive out in the cold, in the wilderness. There'll be places where people choose to gather because there's an abundance of natural resources. Much like in our real life, we expect people to do the same with their digital civilizations. The combat in Eve Frontier is more focused on moment-to-moment gameplay, where what you see in the space scene around you really matters. With occlusion and line-of-sight mechanics, you might not know what's behind the next rock, you might not know who is waiting for you, or perhaps how many reinforcements they have when you're setting your trap. It means the action's a little bit faster, more decisions that you have to make.
Do any of you play EVE Online?
Imperfect information, and that will lead to some emergent gameplay I'm absolutely sure of.
When you are in space and you're flying around, just feel like you're just a small speck trying to navigate your way through this vast expanse.
Well, I forgot to say, by the way, chat,
that was there before you.
I fixed Elden Ring. So the issue that we were having where certain items weren't usable, I fixed it.
Where other players will be able to modify and co-create this universe with us.
We'll talk about it again when we play Elden Ring again down the line, but it is fixed. We can do the stuff that I wasn't able to do.
It with Eve Frontier. It's open source, and that means that you can go in and you can program directly into the game with our Smart Assemblies features.
Smart Assemblies are structures in space that you as a player will be able to modify.
The next time we play Elden Ring, it'll be the DLC.
That you are writing and then deploying onto the blockchain.
You can think of it kind of like modding on a traditional game. You can play the original game as it came. You can then start getting truly independent third-party mods, and finally, you can actually build your own if you set up all the development environments and really get into the nitty-gritty.
Some of the things we've seen players do in our earlier playtests include building a self-functioning tournament system, automated markets. We had gates that people were building to rebuild the universe itself. The scope is really endless with what they can do.
But rest assured, you will not.
Chunk, when are we playing Marvel Rivals?
Knowledge of coding if all you want to do is to just explore and play in the frontier. In the frontier, everything is underpinned by digital physics. Very much in the same way that when we're walking around, when we are throwing things, putting glasses on tables, we don't think about how gravity is pulling us down. Within the virtual universe that we're creating together on eFrontier, blockchain is that physics layer that helps us to enshrine these rules to make sure that they are beyond anyone's touching, even ours at CCP.
When we were building EVE Online, we decided to build on top of a database. Our choice of a database was hotly contested, at least in this community of people making MMO-like games. And never did we really position the game. EVE Online, the first database game. And we're not really looking to do that with eFrontier.
I'll play with Hairband first.
It's not really a blockchain game, no more than EVE is a database game.
But Ace and I are
We're
waiting.
very explicit about it because it is a hot topic and we don't want to hide it away. It does use many stuff.
Erevan deserves to play an Overwatch-like game with you way more than Ace and I. Way more. Play with Erevan first. He's earned that right. If anyone's earned that right, it's Erevan. God damn.
An example of this is as simple as item locality. If an item exists, it has a location, it cannot be messed around with. Other examples are that every action has some sort of energy cost. For example, if you've mined an asteroid or you've mined the player who was mining the asteroid.
I remember when
suddenly you've got resources.
I'm talking over this because I'm just going to be frank. I don't care about EVE Online or Frontier. I remember when Erevan first played Marvel Rivals, the beta, in like June or whenever that was. And I was like, I love this. This game is so fun. I'm having such a good time. And then I asked Erevan that before we started playing Baldur's Gate. And he said something along the lines of, I hate it. It's bad. It's horrible. It's so unbalanced. It's bad. And I hate you for saying it. Something along those lines. And then I was like, I don't know, man. I had a good time. And now he loves it, so you know.
22 years now, and it is a virtual world that thousands and thousands of people choose to inhabit and find very real meaning in. We want to build eFrontier such that as time goes on and it becomes more and more decentralized,
for sure.
People who actually choose to inhabit and find meaning in this virtual world can control it, and to such an extent that it can't be shut off. They choose to be here, they choose to live here in this virtual world, they should have a say in it. And eventually, the true long-term goal with open sourcing the Carbon development platform, the ownership of the game itself will essentially reside in the citizens of the frontier.
Very passionate about Overwatch and Overwatch's stepchildren.
To get your hands on Founder Access Packs, which are available right now, head on over to efrontier.com.
You know how some people will like
2K have partnered together for a historic event, the Civilization 7 Across the Ages sweepstakes.
You know how some people will like interact with a person and they'll basically like steal their personality? Like they'll sponge off their whole personality and like become a weird variant of that. You know how people with autism interact with people and they sponge their personality and kind of steal little bits and pieces to like form who they are? Basically, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what Marvel Rivals is. I don't think Marvel Rivals is a stepchild. Like, I think that Marvel Rivals is literally just... I think Marvel Rivals is the kid that interacted with Overwatch and then just kind of yoinked a lot of its personality and just kind of became an offshoot of what Overwatch is. I think that's what I would say Marvel Rivals is. Marvel Rivals is that kid. You know what I'm saying?
And to prove it, they're showing off not
It's the kid that was like sitting next to the smart kid in the class, and they copied the homework with the smart, and the smart kid was all right with it, but they were like, just change it up a little bit. That's what Marvel Rivals is. Marvel Rivals is the homework in that scenario. You know?
My dearest,
and I'm okay with it because it's better.
everything you may need in your precious life. Vast forests, roaring rivers, and mountains of rock and ice.
Kid who hangs out with the older kids and therefore wants to be cool like them. Exactly.
An opposing force exists. In the heat of the earth resides a darkness you cannot fathom.
Big dog.
Demons as old as time, my child. Do not doubt.
That was Keanu Reeves. You can't tell me otherwise.
By the dark, you must always choose good. And that.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is year 2 of Overwatch. Anything after year 2, Overwatch started to become bad. Erevan would probably disagree with that because he's like more of the competitive gamer than me. He's much more competitive focused when it comes to that kind of game. So Erevan would probably disagree with me on that. But I think that Marvel Rivals is year 2. The Legend of Baboo. The name of the dog is Baboo, by the way. I know that because I've seen that trailer before.
Down of Tombwater. Tell me, lone gunslinger, why have you come to this decrepit settlement?
Probably in the PC gaming show in June.
And horrors lie beneath. There's something sinister in the soil. A curse that's hidden under it all. No one leaves Tombwater alive. And it won't be long until you
probably Jug.
Succumb to the madness.
Tombwater. Look, he's doing the thing that I was doing.
From the American Midwest, we now take you to Amsterdam to catch up with Brendan Green, creator of the most played game on Steam ever, PUBG. Green's next project somehow sounds even bigger than that. He's creating a simulated planet that's the size of an actual planet. Let's head to his studio, PlayerUnknown Productions, to get a little
remember fucking Icarus?
World they're building.
Y'all remember the video game Icarus? What a flash in the pan that was.
When I first announced Prologue, I was trying to make a larger open world experience than most people had made. And we found a way to do that using machine learning technology, using natural Earth data to generate these worlds from latent space. And we essentially how you create these worlds. We have a 3-game plan, and it's about iteration for us.
Am I crazy to think that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and DayZ are kind of like in the same vein? Am I crazy in thinking that? I understand that like one is like a PvPvE and the other is a battle royale. I get that, but like they're kind of like gameplay wise, they're kind of the same vein. Am I crazy for saying that?
Air is cold and wet. Suddenly now, oh wait, mud forms. Rivers can go up. If you die, that's it.
We're also working on Melba,
regardless, run with me,
we're putting
right?
this into the hands of the community in something.
So the creator of DayZ,
Discovered World. It's
after making
simple experiment where we
the official DayZ that isn't a mod, right? The standalone DayZ, right?
It's why
After making DayZ, he went off and made the video game Icarus, which is a survival game with multiple massive planets. The creator of PUBG,
the community early on because this is going
after selling PUBG, is now making a survival game the size of a planet. Like, it's a weird thing that it's a weird, it's one of those, like, if I had a nickel for every time kind of situations. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing that has happened twice in, like, the last decade. Abyssus.
Oh, hey.
Is this Orcs Must Die?
So you're interested in becoming a war mage? You think you've got what it takes? Protecting the rift is just something brave war mages like me are born to do. We do it for good reason. Trust me, when these green and uglies gets through, baby eating, town pillaging, loitering, it's a whole thing. Anyway, when you can't get old Maxie,
I wonder if Acid is, like, super excited for this game, because I remember Acid was, like, a huge Orcs Must Die fan back in the day.
teacher, each one of them's got their own special.
That might be, like, a bit of exaggeration, but he liked it a lot. I wonder if Acid is super excited for this game.
Look at that! They even have their own unique weapons and traps. But as you can see, it's not just one trap they're working with. It's a whole lot of traps. They even get to make themselves stronger during missions. How much more powerful can 1 to 4 war mages get? And once the dirty work is done, these brave warriors relax in the safe.
This is like the 3rd or 4th one in the Orcs Must Die series. They're all kind of this vibe. This card mechanic thing is new.
Head into battle. When choosing where to fight, you'll want to pay attention to the rift distortions, the weather, and even the time of day. All these things.
Back in the day, every character also looked like the main character who's talking right now, the dude that was playing the guitar. Pretty much every character looked like him, kinda.
Let me show you how it's real.
So having like this variety of characters is new as well.
That is a lot of orcs. But luckily, you've got loads of new ways to kill them. And this time you can play with up to 4 of your friends. Orcs must die.
I thought you could do that originally. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought maybe it was 2-player. I don't remember. I thought Acid and I played with another person, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Number 20. Perfect Dark.
We've seen nothing of this game to be excited about.
But that's not the only reason I'm excited about it. Look, I'm an old school gamer, so retro
Orcs Must Die.
Golden Knight is one of my favorite shooters ever. We're talking the characters, the level designs, the missions. That game is immaculate. But I missed out on Rare's next treat, Perfect Dark, and I was always intrigued by the lead protagonist Joanna Dark. And
you wearing a Witcher Christmas sweater? That's awesome.
Perfect Dark's fluid gameplay, Joanna's traversal, which is giving me Mirror Edge vibes, and stunning graphics, and it's just giving a perfect blend, and that's why I'm hyped.
I feel like we've seen basically nothing of that game yet, but sure, I'm here for it. Oh yeah, Chung? Big game. I think Chunk, in my opinion, I don't know how far you got in The Witcher before.
Does this count as being an adult?
Yes. No. I think, Chunk, in my opinion... shit, what was the name of that game? I was looking away. No! Like 3 hours, not very far. Play until you get to the city, like the main mission guides you to the city called Novigrad. Play until then. If you still don't like the game by the time the main mission leads you to the city of Novigrad, you probably won't like the game. This requires you to do a mission called something along the lines of the Bloody Baron, something like that. That's basically the deciding factor. If by the time you finish the quest of the Bloody Baron, and you still don't like the game, you probably won't like the rest of the game. That's really like the main mission that is the deciding. Which is in the first area of the game, so it's like, it's not like 5 hours in, but like it's early in.
Touching him up. These dogs got by. Taking fire. Incoming.
Enemy hardware.
They keep coming.
Menace. If I'm remembering correctly, Chuck. I could also be misremembering. It's been, almost 10 years. It's been nine years since I played that game. Excuse me. It's been 9 years since I played that game, so I could be misremembering. Super Fantasy something. I loved The Witcher 3, and I wish that I could recommend Witcher 1 and 2 to people. Because Witcher 2 is actually really, really fucking good, but it takes like 20 hours to get good. Like, it's 20 hours of a slog to get to an area where it is actually a good game. And that fucking sucks. Witcher 1, on the other hand, has just aged horribly. Maybe, like, out of all games that have launched in the last 20 years, The Witcher 1 is probably aged the worst. Because Witcher 1 was old when it came out. So, like, I wish I could recommend that game to people. But I'll be playing them on the channel, sometime next year. I'll start it with Witcher 1. I was going to do it after FF16, but now I've realized that Witcher 4 actually isn't going to come out for probably 4 years at least. So, like, there's not really any reason for me to put that big of a priority on it. I might do Onimusha 1 instead, because I could beat Onimusha 1 in, like, 1 or 2 streams. It's very short. But yeah, I'm going to play the first game sometime next year. I can't tell you when. Mekkablood.
There's nothing more important than family. And who would know that better?
And we'll probably, like, pretty much mainline the story for Witcher 1. Because if I recall correctly, the side quests aren't great.
You can't refuse. Number 8.
The main thing that I remember about Witcher 1 is, when you, like, romance characters in that game, instead of, like, playing out a sex scene or something, they just award you a trading card that has a naked woman on it. And I still think that's so funny.
So much for voting for us. We really appreciate it.
Instead of, like, a scene where Witcher and the woman that you just romanced having, like, a delicate, supple kiss, you just get a trading card of her and naked with, like, a towel. Like, it's like, man.
Number 17. Dune Awakening.
Isn't this out? I thought Dune Awakening was out. This is the MMO, right?
Everybody, my name's Joel Bylos and I'm the Chief Creative Officer on Dune Awakening here at Funcom.
and I'm here to
I
express.
wonder if Devi's still excited for this game. I remember Devi was excited for this game when they showed it
2024 has been a huge
early in, but now they've shown like full gameplay.
to our first gameplay reveal in the middle of the year.
Dune Part 2 is this year?
Huge ongoing beta where thousands of players are battling it out on Arrakis. Now, if you aren't there already, the best way to get in is to go to our website and wishlist Dune Awakening on Steam. And we look forward to seeing you.
What a shitty year. God damn.
In early 2025.
God damn. Fuck.
Wow, I have never been so excited about crash landing in a desert. It was lovely to hear from the folks at Funcom, and I am definitely looking forward to exploring Arrakis in 2025. PC Gamer wants to know what you think, and since we can't read your minds, not legally anyway, follow the link on your screen to take the PC Gamer
I consent. You can read my mind, Frankie.
Trust me, it's much easier than trying to communicate with us telepathically.
Welcome, new games tester. You're on the brink of an unforgettable experience in the A.I.L.A testing program. Imagine a reality that feels limitless, worlds brought to life with leading-edge immersive technology.
We are legally
Is it the ice?
The program has a 68% survival rate.
But how about we take a look at some employee benefits awaiting you as a valued tester? Full dental coverage, social office atmosphere, personal medical insurance, work from home opportunities, generous bonus scheme, the eventual total dissolution of your ability to discern the virtual from the...
Oh! We've seen that game before. Maybe in a PC Gamer show. I don't know. It looks way better now. That game got crazy in the last 6 months.
Gate is cleaning house, and we are the dirt.
If you want to see some Abiotic Factor, I recommend you follow raw_genesis on Twitch. He plays it every single Wednesday, alongside Minority09, I think is their full name. I've never known them. Who's around in our chat a lot. Ellie Space Mantis, who also streams it and is also a good streamer. And Henri Apricot, who I think might also stream it. The four of them play it every single Wednesday.
This was the last thing I expected.
I was going to join, but I didn't have money at the time, so I didn't join.
Do something. I hate to think what will happen if we fail.
Wednesday mornings, I should say. He's Aussie.
As someone who definitely works in a secret underground science lab, I sure am glad we've never had a containment breach like an Abiotic Factor.
Warning.
It's very Half-Life, Junk.
An Abiotic Factor. All scientists are at risk
I'm into.
Or worse, talking about what they've witnessed. You know how scientists love to gossip.
Sounds serious. I better check the employee manual. Okay, let's see. Interdimensional invasion protocols, Skynet self-awareness failsafes. Did you know Jorts are banned on casual Fridays?
Don't lose focus.
Right, okay, here we go. What to do in the event of a containment breach. Activate scenario Epsilon.
Confirmed. Dispatching covert agents to mind-wipe scientists.
Crisis averted. Oh, but how do we keep those covert agents quiet? For phase 2, enable Operation Larkspur.
Dispatching Black Ops specialists to tranquilize covert agents.
But now the Black Ops specialists?
Releasing mutated weaponized bees to eradicate Black Ops.
This is gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's basically what Abiotic Factor is. I basically summed it up, I think.
You said escape was impossible.
But somehow, a test subject got out of the trial environment. But what
This is Outlast?
Concerns me is she hasn't tried to escape the facility. Oh, she's here. Somewhere behind the walls. In the ceiling. Planning what is the question. And God help us when we find out.
Wait for my word. Be ready. They're gonna pay for what they did to us.
Yep. Man, I'm a fucking nerd. Jesus Christ.
Releasing nano-terminators to eradicate teleporting anacondas. Sentient acid deployed to eat through nano-terminators. Cloning janitors to clean up sentient acid. Releasing zombie virus to eliminate cloned janitors. Importing scientists to cure zombie outbreak. Releasing more things.
Wait. We're back to just having scientists as a lab again, right? Can't we just stop here?
But the next one is really fun and super gross.
Congratulations, y'all. You have completed the mass refund. One moment, please. And now, back to the showcase, huh? Boop.
I'm tempted, but we should probably get on with the show.
Fine. You know, you used to be cool.
Sorry, my bad.
You've changed.
Let's get out of the lab and into a place where nothing terrible has ever happened.
Regardless, the refund has been immediately reset. You can all give to the refund again. It is now half the price that it was before.
Number 16, Witchbrook.
Even though we don't know a huge amount about Witchbrook right now, it is definitely a game worth keeping on your wish list.
Quack, it's okay. Maddie didn't mean to do it. They didn't know. Maddie_art is a nice person that had they known would have never finished off our taxes before the end of the month. It's okay. Now chat, pay your taxes.
We enroll in Witchbrook itself, which is this cool, edgy sort of magic college that helps us develop our skills as the resident witch. So during this time, I imagine we'll be learning new spells, just learning how to harness our abilities, all of this fun stuff, while also developing relationships with the town folk to complete little missions, little deliveries, all sorts of stuff that is perfect for anyone who's looking for the next sort of cozy-ish game with a little
wearing a
bit of
J.O.
extra.
crystal.
During the relationship stage with these people, we'll also get to do things like go on dates, which is really exciting for anyone who, like me, loves the romantic side of like life sims in general. So we don't know when it's coming out. It's just coming soon at the moment, which does give us a lot of chance to learn a bit more, sort of see some trailers. We've seen a couple screenshots that give it this super cozy autumnal vibe, but yeah, hopefully this is the next cozy game worth keeping an eye on, because it certainly looks that way right now.
Or it's a regular crystal? I said what I said.
You better make a little extra room on your wish list, because we've got a lot more new games to show you. Take a look.
This game looks awesome. Oh. That game looks awesome. That game also looks awesome. That was, okay. I wanted to, but I want, okay. It's fine.
The planet-wide blackout was evolutionary. The robots began the impossible. They changed. They grew. They began to feel.
The robots changed? This is like that one time that someone told me that they missed the old Insano. You changed, robots. Hey, Chunk, I love you. Mwah!
Or set it free. Robots at midnight. Wish lists now.
Stick to one set of clothes forever. You're right. My bad. What? There are people who do that, who like have a uniform for stream and they wear it every time.
Please. Oh God, help me!
7 miles beneath the ocean.
What are you doing down here?
Something has awakened.
I thought you said there weren't any more survivors.
Nothing's changed. We stick to the plan.
Place is falling apart. Water's flooding in. Oh my God!
Shoot it! Stay away from the water. They come from the water.
Deepest fear.
Deepest fear there. Once again proving that going to the bottom of the ocean...
Now hang on. Let me cook. Hey, look, another horror game with the exact same logo style. Oh, would you look at, like, what, like, I don't know, not logo style, but, you know, banner or whatever, you know? Oh, look at that. All right, let me cook. Not as the same, but still also kind of the same.
Deepest
Not
fear
that that's a bad thing. It's just something that happened. I'm going to continue talking because the audio cut out, but it'll come back, Frankie. Don't worry, Frankie. It'll come back.
We had to wait for more than a decade, but the beloved series is finally back. Kick flipping into number 15 on our list, here's Skate.
Skate, one of the only games in existence with punctuation.
Skate.
It is a period. There's plenty that got an exclamation mark. It's very rare that you see a period in a video game title.
Hey there, friends at the PC Gaming Show. I'm Jeff Seamster, head of creative at Full Circle, and I wanted to stop by to say how thrilled we are to have Skate named as one of the games you're most excited about. We're pretty excited too, and with early access coming in 2020.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Choosing Skate as one of your most
I remember when Skate was announced, and the only reason it was announced when it was, the only reason we know this game exists is because Tony Hawk Pro Skater did so well. Tony Hawk Pro Skater did so well that EA was like, nuh-uh, so they gaslit a
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they gaslit another Skate
Thank you, Skate
game.
community.
We are just as excited
Gaslit?
as you are.
Greenlit.
We can't wait to skate with
They
you.
greenlit another Skate game.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I'm so stoked to play with everyone soon.
I just got gaslight girl bossing in the brain, you know what can I say? What can I say? Can't help it. Can't help it. Gatekeeping, on the other hand, we keep that away. We keep that away. We gatekeeping. The gaslight girl bossing, always on my mind.
Challenged you to battle, and several elemental masters, each wielding great power, taught you the secrets of the elements. You think you have seen much, but you have seen nothing. You have yet to set foot in the towering peaks that guard a forsaken castle, a realm under the dominion of the King and Queen of Turmoil. If you still dream of becoming the Wizard of Legend.
I tried playing Wizard of Legend 1, and then I found out that it was local co-op only, so I didn't play it.
It's usually not a great idea to follow the instructions of a mysterious disembodied voice, unless it's my mysterious disembodied voice. Visit pcgamer.com/wishlist for the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted Steam page, where you'll find all the great games from today's show in one convenient place. Now, back to the show.
This game looks so good!
And then fell the mournful Mother Stone, and then came the invader, bewitched by the Mother's song. The Scots, defiant, proud and braver, gathered to reclaim their land's favor. Under thundering thrums, the highlands quailed. Under siege, the mother's lament wailed.
We need more big buff women in games.
Did ring, when at last their freedom they would bring. Through blood, fury, and bone, their legends would sing. And they would fight the sorrow, while fell the tears of metal.
I'm hoping that this game has like a story, like a through-line plot, because I know it's like a roguelike, and roguelike games very often don't have a focus on storytelling. So I'm hoping that that game has some sort of focus on storytelling, simply because like the gameplay and the art look mwah.
Well, working class Joe, should have picked a different career path.
Please,
It's all
I beg
down
you,
from
don't
here.
do this. Please,
Is that tight enough?
Human
Yep.
being got little girl shoes fly. Please don't.
Don't what? They're all parasites. Humanity can do anything. Look what that gave us.
I didn't.
Well, you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Enjoy the view of your friends. Let's get the next one.
Ready or Not DLC.
Number 14.
Never finished Ready or Not.
7.
We know close to O about Project 007 at this point, but I have absolute, complete, and total faith that it's going to be a standout success. I mean, there is not one studio I would trust more in making a spy game than Danish developer IO Interactive, best known for the Hitman games. I mean, you could take the Dartmoor level of Hitman 3, mod James Bond into it rather than Agent 47, and you'd pretty much have a perfect demo for what Project 007 should look like, in my opinion. What we do know is that it's a Bond...
Yeah, my worry is that this 007 game won't have the goofiness that Hitman does. And, like, what is really big deal about Hitman is that while Hitman's gameplay is really fun, its story is not there, you know? And I feel like you kind of need you kind of need storytelling for, like, a 007 origin story. You need, like, storytelling. And Hitman's story is barely there, and what is there is kind of mid. So, like, I'm hoping that with this Project 007 that they're working on, they have some sort of... We just said working on at the same time. Isn't that so cute? We're besties now! Anyways, this 007 game they're working on, I'm hoping that they have more of a focus on story. Fun fact, these GPUs these CPUs have a built-in GPU that is so powerful that it's causing laptops to start, or rather stop, having built-in GPUs inside of the laptops. Laptops are going to stop having GPUs. Instead, they're going to have just the CPU with integrated graphics,
We're using the Intel Core
which is going to make laptops cheaper as well.
And then you're going to want your coolant
In the long run.
for your processor
It won't be
and for
immediate.
your entire build. So we're going air cool for our processor, and we also have our fans, which we're going to be installing in the case. As for our graphics card and motherboard,
Same shit's happening with AMD as well.
for providing us with these parts. For the graphics card, we do have the Intel Arc A770, and for the motherboard, we have the Z790 Nova. And then you're going to want to have your RAM, your storage, and of course, a power supply unit. The first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing the processor. So we are using an ASRock Z790
Oh my god, I love her nails.
Now this is compatible for the 12th, 13th, and 14th gen processors from Intel, which will make it easier if you guys want to upgrade in the future.
That's not...
The good thing about the 14th...
Hang on, I got an address.
14 cores with processors.
I know it's weird to address a PC building thing on a video that is literally Intel. Don't do this. Don't do this. This right here, don't do this. A lot of people will suggest this. A lot of people suggest you just put a little dot in the center. Don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. Whenever you buy your thermal paste, 90% of the time it comes with like a little spatula thing. You brush that out. You spread it yourself before you put the cooler on. You spread it yourself with the little spatula thing. You don't just put the X and then mount the cooler. You put the thermal paste on, and then with the little spatula that it comes with, you brush it out and make it so that it's evenly spread throughout the CPU. Why? Because what happens with this kind of configuration, or a dot in the center, it makes it so that it doesn't spread evenly across the CPU, making it so that there's hot spots where it didn't perfectly spread. You don't want that. So you want to spread it evenly using a spatula, or if it doesn't come with it, like Angie just said, just use a piece of plastic, whatever, it doesn't matter. Spread it out evenly so that the whole CPU is coated with thermal paste before you put the cooler on. If it spills over the edge, don't worry about it. It's non-conductive. As long as it doesn't get underneath the CPU, doesn't matter. And it won't, because ideally you're doing this after you already locked in the CPU. So, spread it evenly. Maybe don't use a butter knife that's metal, but you can if you want, sure, whatever. I would recommend plastic. Use plastic. And then put the cooler on. Don't do that.
The good thing about the 14600K is that it has 14 cores with 6 performance cores and 8 efficient cores.
That's fine, Angie. Non-conductive.
A balanced build where the graphics card has a cohesive relationship with the processor. And the processor that we're using, which is the 14600K, goes hand in hand with the ASRock Intel Arc A770. All right, and there you guys have it. I hope you guys are inspired to build your very own PC. It was easy, wasn't it?
They skipped past the wiring part of it for a very specific reason. Yeah. The hardest part of building a PC is putting the CPU in, not because it's a difficult thing, but just because it is so stress-inducing due to the CPU clamps. You have to clamp it down to secure it, and it requires a lot of pressure that makes it feel like you're going to break it. If you put the CPU in right, which odds are you did because it doesn't fit any other way anymore, it doesn't fit any other way anymore because of the square. So, like, as long as you know that a square goes in a square hole or a circle goes in a square hole, you get the idea. It's not going to break, but it is extremely stressful. That is the hardest part. Everything else is fine. It depends on the board, Ace. Hi, Ace. How are you?
And we will endure.
Everything else is easy. Everything else is nowhere near as fragile as you think it is, and including the CPU, really. None of it is as fragile as you think it is. You can put a lot of pressure on them before they would even have a chance at breaking. Oh, it's FTL. It's FTL but underwater with boarding. FTL, underwater, and first person. That's cool. That's really cool. That's a really cool change on the FTL system. That is really cool. I like that.
So in Darkwater, something went horribly wrong in an underwater colony? Again, I'm shocked. Next up on PC Gamer's wishlist, you'll inherit a sprawling mansion filled with mysteries. It's one of the most intriguing puzzle games we've seen in a long time. Here's Blueprints.
Hello again, Blueprints. I hope it's the same trailer. It's not. You've seen this in Day of the Devs.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
This game looks so cool. That trailer didn't do it justice. Watch the Day of the Devs if you have not. On the VOD channel.
Bunker down, because our most wanted list continues. Unravel the mysteries of the quarantine zone in survival FPS Atomfall.
Number 13, Atomfall.
Game just recently got a release date, I think.
Hi, my name is Ben Fisher. I'm head of design at Rebellion. Thank you so much for including Atomfall in PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. We can't wait for you to play the game next year. But for now, here's a sneak preview.
My name's Molly. You got out to trade?
In my way.
I got bits and bobs for
Molly?
sale.
My name's Molly. My name's Molly, isn't it?
Please be careful. It's more dangerous than you can possibly imagine.
A lot of cults to this this showcase. Oh, it's Wickerman. Finally, the gentleman's game, isn't it? All water.
And it all begins with her.
She's gone. Find her before she leaves the building.
I need to get out of here and find Herman before they do.
Let me see your face again.
Oh, no, you don't. Look for the main control, maybe.
Is that you, Johnson?
Go after her!
What do you want?
I need passage.
You told me you wanted out. You and your brother.
That's actually why I'm here. I need.
I think that's the actress that plays
They're looking for Herman.
in a Rat Game.
Passage, huh? I'm not keeping these for you anymore. You'll take them with you this time.
I won't get past this gent without a dart.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Keeping ya?
He's not here. She's brave, but
Yeah,
she
Plague Tale.
doesn't know what
Maybe
she's
not.
set in motion.
No, that's Rat Suit. Not to be confused with
I'm all he's got, Alva.
Desperado, or what the fuck is the name of Despero? There, I was close. Not to be confused with Despero, which is also Rat Suit, but that's not. It's good, so we don't need to talk about it. Is that called Erikson?
When the meteorite struck, it unleashed a hostile disease, plunging our world into chaos.
Sorry, I'm fidgeting. Long showcase. You get it.
Stand as guardians, fighting to protect our world and vanquish all who threaten our existence. Against all odds, we must battle mutations, traitors, and infidels. Every victory brings us closer to retaining our freedom.
Chains of Freedom. You know what I want? Cake first. You know what I want? That bat at the end reminded me of it for her reasons. I crave another Mike Flanagan movie. Or show, rather. We didn't get one this year, and it was very missed. We've been getting one for like every year for a while, and I think that him and Netflix had beef or something.
So watch your step.
I want another show by Mike Flanagan. I miss him.
And give the archaeologists time to work.
Eekfert. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, fun little fact about Cakeferts. It's referenced in the Penguin show. Just a fun little detail for you. That the iconic meme of Cakeferts is referenced in the Penguin.
In Tempest Rising.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Next on our ever-growing wish list,
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show.
RPG coming early next year finally reveals its biggest villain, and that voice sounds a bit familiar. Here's the new trailer for Eternal Strands.
How are you, man? I'm doing swell. I'm doing dandy. Did you watch the Game Awards?
I was dreaming about becoming a point. To do it alongside.
This was in my recursive video.
It's a chance.
The video essay that you should all watch on youtube.com/c/Drew Sunn. 2 N's, no spaces.
They've had us on our back foot for decades. Ever since our people have been in crisis.
Our Weaver Band is here to help. We're ready for anything, no matter what happens.
That's cool, Nick. I think it was the best show that they've done in all 10 years.
You sure she's ready for
my opinion?
Your reckless conduct has unleashed an enemy that nearly destroyed us 27 years ago.
That's not like.
What everyone's saying? Yeah.
I like you. Can't say the feeling's mutual.
Oh, so it looks like you like spellcasting, I guess, is what that was? Yeah. There's like a spell that wraps you in ice. That's pretty cool.
If it takes us to restore it, I'm up for that challenge.
That's super soon.
Oh. As a totally impartial observer, I think they did a great job casting that role. Our next most wanted game is from a developer who created a few quintillion planets last time around, but now is focusing on just one. Explore a fantasy world the size of planet Earth in Light No Fire.
No, not that one, Ace, but I wish it was that one, Ace.
Number 12.
There is nothing more appealing to me in a video game than wandering off.
Oh, hey again.
That's why Light No Fire by Hello Games is my most wanted. It's because it's
Video
a
games.
planetary exploration game where you can pick a point and just decide to go there with your friends. Humans are hardwired for exploration. It's why we went and found the Northwest Passage. Unfortunately, we found the Northwest Passage now, and we still are kind of chasing that high. But we can do that in video games, hopefully with less cannibalism. But doing that means that we can bond, we can explore, we can find more about ourselves. I'm getting poetic, but just generally I want to be able to ride a dragon around a beautiful fantasy landscape on a massive scale and maybe not have to eat my friends. And isn't that all we can hope for in video games?
Y'all remember Scalebound? Glad to see you checking out the ANZ Indie Showcase afterwards. Gaff is a good friend of mine and absolutely adore her. She works so hard and is doing such great stuff. We might need to move it because it is getting late and I think it's a 2-hour-long show. I'm going to check how long the pre-show or whatever, you know how they do the countdowns a lot of time. I'm going to check how long that is and we might move it to next week. But I am going to watch it all the same. It's going to happen. Yeah, Angie recommended it.
Until now.
Okay, Vita.
And now I'll watch it every year. You know, or you know, whenever it happens, I'll watch it.
The electronic crime unit has one chance. 1 hour a day to infiltrate the cartel's super.
But I will watch it all the same. We're going to get to it. If I don't watch it tonight, then we're watching it next week.
Always against you, and one wrong move could blow your cover.
I just can't move it to tomorrow because Greece will most likely take that entire stream, if not pretty close to.
coming soon to a computer near you.
Play the guy behind the screen.
Number 11. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
I am so excited for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is a remake of one of my all-time favorite games. I'm so happy that it's gonna bring so many new fans.
Yeah, then that means it's like a 2-hour-long show, Nick, and I gotta die for that tonight. It's just over an hour? Oh, then maybe we do.
So far, and currently working on the 5th one that are inspired by
We'll
the
see, I don't know, I'll go check it out.
And so you can imagine when I saw the trailers with the amazing graphics and the quality of life improvements, I just got so excited. I played the old ones a bunch of times already.
Wasn't excited for this game. I wasn't going to play it, and I wasn't going to touch it. But after hearing the reviews of it, after hearing like our previews, after hearing the previews of it, one of the previewers,
in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
what was her name? I can't remember their name. One of the previewers is like a journalist that I followed for quite a while. I wish I could remember their name off the top of my head.
Number 18.
And they, I'm gonna take this out for a second because I can't hear myself think.
17.
I was looking at it, and they gave the preview that like they very much were honoring Kojima's legacy. Like Kojima's name is still slapped all over the place, like and stuff like that. Like it very much seemed like they weren't shitting on what Kojima did and made. So it made me a lot more willing to give it a shot. I still don't know if I'm going to, but that review, or preview rather, made me way more willing to go for it.
Once again, you're a one-man army in Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, did it just repeat itself? I did think that looked weird. It just restarted? What, is that an editing error? I didn't press any buttons. It had to have been.
On everything we've seen so far.
Yeah, they just had like an editing error there.
Dark. Number 19. Menace. Number 18, Mafia: The Old Country. Number 17, Dune Awakening. Number 16, Witchbrook. Number 15, Skate. Number 14, Project.
I was just gonna look it up real quick, Nick.
Number 13,
thank you.
Atomfall. Number 12, Light No Fire.
So you're gonna be hosting the next one, right?
11, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Time for some
I knew you weren't paying attention. Yeah, so it replayed it. Yeah, you're right.
Next up on our wish list, 3 teams of 4 battle for control of an arena in asymmetrical FPS A.I.L.A Prime.
Laura Prime. Laura? Okay. Three teams.
Placing nullifier.
Deploying healing station.
Cypher?
Flash out. Sending a decoy.
Ooh. Dynamic tactics. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right, Nick? Nothing like A.I.L.A. I don't know about that. I feel like there's a couple things like A.I.L.A. I don't know. I feel like I've played Valorant. It's Valorant. Well, whatever. Sure, whatever. Yeah, Spectre Forces or whatever that game is by Shroud. I don't know. I feel like there's a couple things like A.I.L.A, but I'm here for it. Whatever. Yeah, the Okami sequel is fucking insane. It is insane that is happening. I apparently am going to have to replay Okami, which I'm not super excited for. That game kind of aged bad, but I'll do it anyways. Before that releases. I got too many fucking things to do. There's too many video. Hey, if video games stop releasing for a while, I need to play my backlog.
I will not fail you.
Kind of looks like that, yeah. Sequel to. You know what didn't age bad? Witcher 3. I've heard the opposite. Not that necessarily it aged bad, but that it aged. Speaking of ages.
Please hold still. Retinal scan.
But you disagree, Ace?
Subject identified as someone who wants to see a
For sure, Nick. I feel like this year was the break, and I wasted it.
Now.
Wasted it! Or at least, you know, as close to a break as we're gonna get. Wasted it! From the creators of This War of Mine and Frostpunk 2. Oh, is this Atlas or whatever?
What if all my decisions
The Altars, that's what it's called. Yeah, it is.
What if I did the good thing?
I'm excited for this game.
What if I don't want to change?
We're in like the last 30, I think, Maker. Well, I'm not saying that it doesn't hold up, Ace. I'm just saying that at the time, Witcher 3 was the most beautiful and ahead of its time video game in existence. And you can very much tell that it is not, that we are not in 2015 anymore by playing it. That's basically what they said. It was something along those lines. Because when it came out, it was insane. And then now it's like, you can very clearly see that we're not in that time anymore. That we've come far since 2015 when it comes to video game realism, I guess. I feel like that's Skyrim. Well, Skyrim was old when it came out. People just forget that. Skyrim had a lot of advancements, but what Skyrim had advancement-wise was with open world stuff. Graphically, Skyrim did not look great at that time. Combat-wise, Skyrim was not great at the time. It still isn't. Like, the thing that Skyrim did well for the gaming industry was its open-endedness through its open world. People shit on it nowadays, but they forget what it was. Oh, for sure, Nick. Yeah. People also forget that Witcher 3 ran like shit off launch, and was buggy and not great in the same way that I didn't see what the second part of that title was. I think it was Aquamantis. I don't know. In the same way as Cyberpunk was, and a lot of people forgot that that happened when Cyberpunk was being released and stuff. Cyberpunk was infinitely worse, but like, Witcher was still very bad. It was very, very bad when it launched. It took time to be patched and fixed and made good. And now Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made, but it just took time. It took time to get there.
Have you found anyone yet?
But it wasn't as bad as Cyberpunk.
See if you can find anything that'll give us an idea what happened.
Just people forgot.
Stay the hell away from me, I'm warning you. I need your help.
Yeah, by 2017 it was good. It took Witcher about a year. It took Witcher 3 about a year until it was at a state where it was playable based on the spec requirements that it said. Before then, it was very buggy and glitchy and low frame rates all over the place. Like, but it got better. It got better. Like, I will never forget, and it probably still happens, riding Roach, the horse, down a mountain, and the horse going with just its front legs running and its back, like, tucked into it, going like this as I'm running down a mountain. I have screenshots of it. In fact, I have screenshots of these. Like, I'm not just saying this, like, of these, like, bugs. Like, if we go in here and we scroll past all the Elden Ring stuff, right? We'll get there. Hang on. We'll get there. I've taken significantly less screenshots since this time in my life, so where are you? Where are you? Sweet, sweet Witcher. It's somewhere in here. Here's Hollow Knight, so it's before that. Here we go. Here's Witcher. We're getting there. Oh, that was the DLC for Witcher. There's my Fallout character. You can see that I liked this mustache before I grew it. That guy's name was like Punchy McPuncher or something. Here's Witcher. Here's one. I broke my boat to get on the boat, but it turns out that the boat is inside the bigger boat, and I have to swim for 10 minutes to get a boat. So there's a boat. You can see it on the mini-map that there's a boat inside of this boat, so I can't get in the boat. Question marks. On the map, you can see that there is a boat that Geralt can ride, but it spawned inside of this boat, so I can't get on the boat. So I can't do it. Oh, that's the only one I have now? Oh, that's insane. I must have deleted a bunch. Now I feel like a fibber. Now I feel like I lied. I must have deleted a bunch. Oh, here's some. All of these people looking like they're carrying things when the things that they're supposed to be carrying didn't spawn. See that? Yeah. I remember I had one where I killed a person. I killed a bunch of people and they just didn't fall down. Like all their bodies were still floating. I guess not. Now I feel like a fibber.
No one.
There's still an hour left of this showcase, and my earbuds died.
Tell you, The Thing Remastered is out, and you can play it right now.
Whoa! I feel like every PC gaming showcase suffers from the same problem of them being way too long. If I recall correctly, the last one, I think, solved that problem a little bit. Maybe. But it seems like they relapsed. Descenders, but co-op. Is this Dale and Dawson? No. Really like the Descenders? Well, now it's co-op, it looks like. How you doing, Raw? Abiotic Factor was in this showcase. They teased something, but I don't know what. All the Aussies come to Drew's stream because I stream before they stream and then raid into them often.
Coming up in the show.
I'm sick and dying. What happened? I'm in. I'm out. The only character turn-based game that I'll be playing is Baldur's Gate 3 with Chunk whenever he wants, and also Metaphor Refantasio. I don't got time for that one. Wild Tactics. Sick of your shit! Nah, just sick. I mean, both things can be true. Have you considered drinking water? It's the cure-all, I'm told. You can't give them super stylized character design like that and then give them the same pre-made stock body in game. I wouldn't say it was stock body in game.
Because of us.
The models in game definitely didn't look like the drawings.
The world lies in ruins, and now the future is in her hands.
I say again, the worst possible thing you can do in a video game trailer is show an animation that is like beautifully drawn, a beautiful like hand-drawn action animation, you know, or something like that, and then show the game and it looks drastically different from that animation. If you show an animation before the trailer, then that animation's got to look like the game. You know what I mean? Like, if you're showing this, like, fucking anime-looking action scene of a character dodging a flame sword and then shooting a beam out of their hand and it's really cool looking, your game's got to look like that. If you then show that and then transfer over to, like, a pixel art 2D platformer, that's a bad trailer. You did a bad job of selling your game. Because immediately I'm going to want the thing that was in the animation and not the thing that your game is. That showed nothing. There was nothing in that trailer. Biopunk? I'm okay with it if the cutscenes are that animation. But that's what I mean. Like, if you show an animation like that, that animation's gotta be in the game. That's what I mean. Like that, like if you have that and then there's nothing in the game that is that animation in any way, then like that's a bad trailer. You did a bad job.
In the next game on our wish list, Copper City.
The right way to do it is to show gameplay and then either interlace it with the animation or show the animation after. Show what the game looks like first. That's how you fix it. Show the game first, then you can have the pretty animation.
Safety is key, but don't be boring. Build an experience for fans. Fun is mandatory. Manage finances like a pro, no free samples. Prepare the stadium. Maintain your pitch. Get ready. It's your game. Host your football.
Copa City, more like copium, am I right, gamers? World premiere.
Our story began with a few steadfast companions, a dream and a woodcutter's axe. We built some homes, farmed the land, and soon more people...
This looks like a game that I install, and then I realize that I don't actually like city builders, and then I uninstall it.
City to be proud of.
It's happened so much. So much. City Tales, medieval era. So much. And it'll happen so many more times.
Top of my wish list, and something tells me our next game is going straight to the top of yours.
Because I love 4X games. I love grand strategy games. Don't like city builders. You'll never learn? I won't. I'll continue doing it.
É uma chance de reescrever a história pelas mãos do povo. Voltar até que a nossa versão seja contada.
Holy shit!
A força do progresso irá reduzir canudos a pó.
Escravizados e explorados pela lei dos homens.
Why do they show the constellations right? What is that? Hell Clock. Hellcock?
Eu vou trazer nosso conselheiro de volta.
Shall bring our counselor back. Even if I must descend into the very depths of hell. That game looked really cool. Very in-depth. World premiere. Yo! Finally something for the Mad Max fans. Look at the subtitles.
This is how we ride!
Number 9.
Wanderstop I'm looking forward to quite a bit.
Hi, my name's Davey Reedon, and along with the rest of the team at Ivy Road, I've been creating Wanderstop, a narrative cozy game about making tea. You'll play as a former tournament fighter named Alta, who has to put her past aside in order to tend a charming shop and brew tea for its various customers.
I'm excited for this game quite a bit.
The Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide.
And that's why.
After finishing those games, I was unbelievably burnt out. Like, I seriously thought I might never write another narrative for games ever again. And so I decided that I wanted to make a cozy game. Something simple and peaceful that could heal me and restore balance to my life. And I discovered very quickly that I didn't actually know how to design a cozy game. And so suddenly the stress was piling on exactly the same as before. Something had to change. And so very slowly,
this game is going to make me sob.
I began taking elements of my burnout and my feelings of hopelessness, and I just put them right into the game's narrative. And then suddenly the coziness became this really interesting creative constraint. Like, how do you tell a really unpleasant, uncomfortable story in a format designed around comfort? Typically in games like this, the protagonist is cheerfully excited to do the work. And so what if instead our protagonist absolutely did not want to be here? If she was broken and beaten down and starving for answers, could this charming little environment help heal her? And this became super interesting to me because that's what I had wanted. I had wanted to just do some pleasant work and then become all better. But healing is way more complicated than that. Healing is messy and it's bitter, and I want to know how to do it. I want to believe it's possible to leave your old self behind and become someone new, someone better than I am, someone more capable of rest and calm and inner peace. But God, it's so hard to do.
It is fucking wild how much I just related to his words. And how I'm legitimately getting, like, teary-eyed with his words. Like, I need to be clear, I am going to fucking sob while playing that game. I'm going to weep.
For March the 11th. Moving on to the next game on our most wanted list. We are so keen to play Obsidian Entertainment's long-awaited fantasy RPG Avowed.
Man.
We even challenged game director Carrie Patel to answer as many questions as possible within 60 seconds. The clock starts now.
So a stream game? I don't really play games off stream. The only games I play off stream are multiplayer, so like Valorant or Marvel Rivals currently, or like super in-depth 4X grand strategy games that make my brain stop because I have to focus on the things happening.
Like in Avowed.
Getting some sick facial fronds.
Isn't there an awful lot of dying for this being the Living Lands?
If you're playing it right, yes, but hopefully it's not happening to you.
Can you tell me what difficulty options players are going to have in Avowed?
You'll get a range similar to what we offered in Pillars of Eternity and Deadfire, which is pretty broad.
So if you had to pick, what are the best weapons to dual wield?
Dual pistols.
What are the worst weapons to dual wield?
dual maces.
Isn't bringing a gun to a sword fight kind of cheating?
Not when you have to reload after each shot. It's pretty balanced.
What about bringing a wand to a sword fight or a gunfight?
Just make sure you've got Arcane Veil.
Did any of Deadfire's sea shanties make it in as Easter eggs?
Well, you'll have to explore and find out.
What's your favorite magic item if you had to pick just one?
There is a Draconic Charm that's pretty helpful.
Carrie, when and where can I play Avowed?
You can play Avowed on February 18th, and you can wishlist Avowed right now on Xbox.
Hey, look, it's the game we're going to be playing before I dedicate my life to Monster Hunter. Previous game, Wander Stop. W-A-N-D, or Stop.
Welcome to the finals, the world's greatest
game with AI voice acting. Just so you know, this is the 69th game that they've shown.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Kingdom Come Deliverance was the first game I played when I got my now streaming PC, but at the time, both. In turn, it has been 6 years since I played Kingdom Come Deliverance.
And it is better to have your head on your
Almost on the dot. Almost exactly 6 years.
than the other way around.
It's like 6 years and a month since I played Kingdom Come.
These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws, and bandits roaming the country. I urge you all to be vigilant. You know who I am!
Sigismund is mustering his allies and their armed forces to Kuttenberg.
Such a good but also hard game. Good and hard is just how I like it.
Everything that we possess.
Now!
Are we seriously gonna wait? Cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
Yeah, I should probably replay that game. I have too many things to do, chat. It's in February. We're doing Final Fantasy for January. I don't care, but maybe we should do Kingdom Come. Ah! It's too many games! Stop!
Things work a little differently here, in a good way. Lots of buying and selling going on, of course. Food, tools, clothes, whatever that is.
This is Merchants of Rosewell.
Gotta hire the right folks, too.
Is that person okay?
There's also a whole mystery afoot. But you'll only get to the bottom of it if you can keep your shop from going under. Good luck!
Okay.
Hey, don't freak out. You're in the PC Game Pass ad. Want to boot
This
a
is an
call?
ad.
Black Ops.
Want to access PC Game Pass right now? We are giving away 1,000 free codes, so you can check
Chat,
out
do that.
Game Pass has to offer for free.
Cool ad, yeah.
To win, just visit the link below.
But it kind of implies that getting Xbox means that you're going to be in whatever. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, I like Game Pass.
I can't imagine what possessed you to agree to
Game
this
Pass good.
mission.
I've been paying for Game Pass for like 3 years straight. Game Pass good.
As for the answers you seek, I can only set you on the path.
See that robot? That's an Xbox.
The final secrets of existence and non-existence transfix mankind with monstrous eyes.
We are to witness the divine, you and I.
Interesting. Very soulsy combat. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
May the God of heaven inspire your heart with peculiar determination. Come the day that you must face the truth of our world.
Oh, it's that game. I've been hearing about that game for like the last week. It's one of the podcasts that I watch is sponsored by them.
Through songs, we summon heroes of old. Honored or cursed. We are wardens of the sheep.
What's this? You can modify emotes using Twitch's default things. Originally, when they added that feature where you could modify emotes, it was believed that they were going to add to it a lot over time. And I think they've added exactly one thing since it was created. Because Twitch kind of ignores the existence of channel points, which is a shame because it's one of the coolest things they've ever created, they've ever done on the platform. So like, but they have just completely ignored the existence of channel points since the addition of them, and are now like doing weird channel point erasure by adding these power-up things with the bits. I don't know.
I knew someday.
Does Twitch hates artists? Well, they hate artists too, but that's not why this thing is the problem. This thing is a separate problem. Twitch does also hate artists, apparently, though.
This oasis. It's not how I remembered it. It's strange. The longer I stay, the more I start to believe that maybe I never left. Everyone I ever loved vanished. I came here seeking answers. And those that remain here, they won't let me have them. If I don't tread lightly, this place will become my prison.
The children yearn for what? Alright. Alright. Was that an Xbox?
Number 6. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Let's talk about Death Stranding 2 on the beach because I'm not ready. And I think that's the point. Like, do I have much patience for auteur worship? No, I don't. But do I have a favorite guy in the whole world? Yes, I do. It's Hideo Kojima. Like, whatever he's putting down, I'm picking it up. I am tangling myself in the strands. Let's do it. Because have you seen this footage? What is happening in this game? We've got a little man now that you can wear.
He's just a little guy.
He's like a little puppet, and he talks, and he's moving at a different frame rate to everyone else.
I don't remember, Jenny.
Whose electric guitar is a weapon that shoots lightning at people. Like, come on, let's go. I just have to know more, and I have to fight the fight and wave the flag for weirdness in game dev when everything is so homogenous. Kojima Productions are out there. Just bombastic, massive swing storytelling and high concept world stuff that's like, just there isn't anything else like it. So yes, I am most excited for Death Stranding 2 on the beach coming out in 2020.
There is something else like it. It's called Deadly Premonition.
We are this close to reaching the top 5, people. But first, a quick recap of the most wanted games we just revealed. At number 10, the restoration of a 2002 horror classic, The Thing Remastered, which is out right now. Percolating at number 9 is cozy tea shop sim Wonderstop, while Obsidian's fantasy RPG A.I.L.A. cast a spell at number 8. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 galloped into the 7th slot, and Death Stranding 2 on the Beach bridges the gap at number 6. There are only...
Wait, did they? I didn't even notice.
So let's get...
You feel an unmistakable...
Did they do the thing?
...to take a break from the most wanted list.
I have this...
I didn't even notice. I didn't even register.
...from the show right now.
You feel a powerful compulsion to open the company checkbook and write a bonus check for the show's narrator, Amelia Tyler.
Amelia is doing such a great job narrating the show. I think I'll write her a bonus check.
The amount is 10 great...
Is the baby scene? Oh, okay. I
Give her a bonus.
I was spacing.
What? Look, Amelia, I've got to say, you are in complete control of the narrative here. You could ask for way more than £10.
The amount is £12.
Okay, that is a little better, but it could be a lot more, seriously.
You feel an intense longing to mail this check at your earliest convenience.
I could mail it right now.
Maybe this weekend, if it's not too much trouble.
I will mail your £12 this weekend.
You feel a compelling urge to return back to the show and tell the audience nothing.
Nothing.
Number 5, Grand Theft Auto.
How is GTA 6 number 5?
So, the first ever GTA.
This is the most watched YouTube video. Okay, whatever.
Grand Theft Auto 6, baby. We're coming back to Vice City. I always enjoy the freedom to explore an open world game.
I'm weirdly not excited for this game at all.
I cannot wait to travel throughout all the familiar cities I know.
Like, I wish Rockstar was doing literally anything else.
Also, we have our first ever female protagonist. Hello. I am
that's
so
pretty cool,
excited to see how our story plays out. I cannot wait.
Like, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm sure it's going to be a great game. I would rather than be doing literally anything else. Gun Fu? This looks like Sifu. And if it is as good as Sifu, I will come.
Number 4, Slay the Spire 2.
I've worked in procedural and roguelike-y games for a long time.
Yeah, it's true, Ro.
Obviously, I very much enjoyed Slay the Spire. But I'm mostly curious about Slay the Spire 2 because the first one kicked off a whole new excitement and chapter of indie.
Well, the thing is, like, with when Slay the Spire 1 came out, it was a whole new genre.
Slay the Spire 2, just to be conversant in what the next chapter of games might look like.
When Slay the Spire 1 came out, there was just about nothing else like it out at the time. Like, it shot off a brand new genre of these, like, single-player card-based games. So, like, now, years later, there are an infinite number of these, like, card-based games. These deck builders, as they're called. I feel like we should have a different name that's, like, card abilities or whatever, but you get the idea. Like, now it's been years since then, and there's infinite number of these games. And I feel as though it's at a disadvantage now, because now Slay the Spire 2 can be compared to so many different things.
Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Like, I think it's going to be good. It's just, it's not, we're not in the same environment as we were when Slay the Spire 1 came out.
Deliverance 2. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Grand Theft Auto 6, Slay the Spire 2.
The defect is the robot, right? I've only ever played the robot. And then I beat the game, and the game was like, hey, do it again, but with a different character, so I stopped playing.
Pretty big hint for the wild game that's sitting at number 3.
Because I only wanted to play the robot. Let's go, Monster Hunter Wilds! Let's go!
Monster Hunter アートディレクターの藤岡かなべです。よろしくお願いします。
Hi.
そうですね。
What the hell are number 1 and 2?
多くの人に手に取ってもらえることっていうのは僕たちにとってもすごく
Seeing people become fans of the game because through Monster Hunter, we're able to express the game design and creativity that we value so much. And for people around the world to really understand it has really given us a lot of confidence. As for Wilds, within that, we're really expanding that we're appreciated in Worlds and taking it further into that world. We wanted to make sure that those who became interested in Worlds can now truly become fans of the franchise. We wanted to have a lot of flexibility in how we portrayed large monsters, and that was our desire, or rather a quest that came from Worlds. That this time, even if it's a large monster, we wanted to include the idea of them forming a group and to have a considerable number of them. So from the very beginning, we put a lot of effort into testing things, like controlling the groups and figuring out how they could interact with each other when groups of monsters collided. Now, with the focus mode, when you notice a wound, you can aim at the wound to increase damage. And this is a small change to the flow of the gameplay, from when you just aimed at a monster's weak points. Now you start aiming at the places where the wounds appear. This is only a small change to the overall gameplay, but it makes a game where your aim is constantly changing. But it's a way of playing the game in a far more detailed way. I always cherish the fact that people seem to be having fun playing the game. And that's what makes me happiest. Even if people don't seem to be good at action games, seem to be having fun, or even if they get defeated often, they seem to be having fun anyway. They seem to be having fun just wandering around. And when I see all these different aspects, and each person finding different enjoyment in their own way, it really makes me appreciate the details we put into Monster Hunter, which reflect that. We are truly grateful that we have been able to continue making the game for 20 years thanks to your support. We are also truly emotional about releasing Wilds, which we created as a way to deliver the 20th anniversary to all of you, in a year that is also very memorable year for such a big Monster Hunter game. This year is the 20th anniversary, by the way. We are deeply moved, and I hope that we can continue that feeling. This year, 2024, is 20 years of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Wilds releases in 2025, which would be 21. The same exact thing happened with Monster Hunter Generations, where Monster Hunter Generations was meant to be the 10-year anniversary of Monster Hunter, but released 1 year after the 10-year anniversary.
Time in the series that a Monster Hunter
History
game will
repeats
have
itself.
a simultaneous launch on consoles and PC. So please, join me in the largest celebratory fist-pump in PC gaming history. Monster Hunter Wilds launches in February 2025. Yeah!
Yeah!
Now, 30 years after his first appearance, the hero of our next game is still changing and evolving. When we last saw him in 2020, he was bouncing around like Mario and swinging around like Spider-Man.
Not the year counts, but the financial year, Vic.
Slinging a shield like Captain America and using a cannon that fires shredded skulls like, well, like a Doomslayer. Our number 2 most...
Ding, 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 ding. I don't care, Jenny. It's 21 years. We don't care about months when we're talking about years. We're only talking about years. It's a year.
Doom, the Dark Ages.
How is this number 2?
So unlike these motherfuckers, I actually saw new gameplay of Doom the Dark Ages back at QuakeCon this year, and surprise, surprise, it looks sick. It is darker, it is more grounded, it's brutal. I saw the Slayer riding a dragon. I saw him piloting a mech. I saw a goddamn double-barrel plasma rifle.
Are you allowed to say these things right now?
Both the criticisms
Did you sign an NDA?
and Eternal to heart here. So have faith and let them cook. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing, we're getting more Doom.
Flails, chain shields, and dragon riding. How does every new Doom game manage to get even more metal than the last? You'll be able to say hell yeah to Doom, the Dark Ages in 2025. Oh, don't worry. This time it's not a containment breach, zombie outbreak, or teleportation accident. That sound just means that we've ranked 24 games and there's only one left on our most wanted list. Are you ready for one more turn? Like Monster Hunter and Doom the Dark Ages, our #1 most wanted game is the newest entry in a legendary series that's been around for a heck of a long time.
You gonna say Fable?
Or should I say, a hex of a long time? Among the dozens of exciting games up for consideration, this is the game that received the highest voting totals from our expert council of developers, critics, and content creators. The council is in agreement, and here it is at last. Our most wanted game.
And now for our #1 most
No.
wanted
Okay.
game.
Wow, that's actually surprising.
Civilization 7.
Really? That? Okay. I mean, whatever. Fucking nerds. You fucking nerds. What the fuck? You fucking nerds at PC Gamer. You fucking nerds. Fucking nerd emoji. Fucking break out the nerd emojis, chat. Fucking nerds. Nerds. Nerd.
Game critics.
Me too, though. I'm gonna play the fuck out of it.
The wisdom that they have gained from weathering the tumultuous ages of the
Like
game
a lot. I'm gonna play it a lot. Like it's
Council
like
have
a
decreed
lot.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 to be the most wanted game of 2024. Wishing everyone at Firaxis Games a successful launch, and once again, congratulations to our most wanted game of 2024. With profound admiration, the Council.
The Council. I legitimately thought that was real life. Is this real life? Are these real? I think these are real things. The fact that I wasn't sure. The game's pretty.
For us, it's very important that a new chapter in the Civilization franchise has to be sort of just as epic as the game is. We can't just iterate a teeny little bit in certain areas, polish up the graphics. That's not worthy of another chapter in the Civilization story. If you look back over...
It was a generation ago.
What has been a constant is that each major new version does innovate and does take a few things that maybe were standard and were established and goes ahead and uproots those in the service of getting to the next major milestone for the series. We had a lot of data that people would play Civilization games and they would never get all the way to the end. They just wouldn't finish them. And so we wanted to do whatever we could, whether it was reducing micromanagement, restructuring the game, really address that problem directly. So there are
I very rarely reach the end of a Civ game.
That we've gone through, and by and large, most of them thoughtfully look at where the player is investing their time and think about whether there's a better way to make that a little bit more streamlined. So one of the big foundational changes in Civ 7 is that you don't stick with a civilization throughout the entire course of the game. We have introduced the concept of ages that break the game up into
Yeah, it ends with like victory scenarios.
Civilization that was an empire,
like converting the entire world to a religion. Getting to the moon is one of them.
What is going on at different points in the world at different points in time? And
we're not getting. I don't think it's getting to the moon, but like space travel. You know, it's like yeah, they can be diplomatic or you know, so on and so forth. There's a bunch of different like victory scenarios.
One of these points in history. That's really a place where we can build a composite picture.
I still don't like how the characters look in this game.
Kind of co-creating and shaping the world.
We felt like For the big core historical Civ experience, breaking it up to 3 chapters was the right way to dig deep into.
And I feel like we're super close to the release date where I feel like I should. You know?
We're challenging players to not look at the history of an empire as something that started in 4000 BC, made it to the present, and is going on without end. It's not really very reflective of the way things work in real history. You know, you have twice during the game where you're going to make a big decision, a big possible strategic pivot to a different empire. Now there's so many different combinations, and you can choose, you know, science civs from different places.
Why does it look like they're showing this off on a Switch?
Play through, and we have to figure out how those attach to leaders, which aren't necessarily hardwired into civs anymore. But that all just becomes part of the long journey that you have building up your empire, and it does feel like one continuous journey, and that Civ moment to moment,
Civ.
one more turn gameplay. We've made sure that we've got plenty of that still baked in there. Personally, have found all sorts of different unique ways to start my game and then evolve it as I get to make those choices of additional civilizations.
The closest thing to Total War.
Once they try
I've tried to get into Total War Warhammer 2. I can't figure it out. I've been trying to every now and then, and but I play the closest thing to Total War games is I play Mountain Blade.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is coming to PC, Mac, and consoles on February 11th, 2025.
But mostly just Crusader Kings nowadays. Hang on, I wanted to rewind because I feel like I didn't get my point across. Where are we right now? 238? Hang on.
Has been a constant is that front.
So we want power. Gotta get
like so there's these characters, right? So like they show these characters, and like again, it looks like they're showing this off on a Switch. They just don't look good to me. Like they look like the only obvious thing that I can figure out is that they don't have subsurface scattering, which has been a thing for the last 2 decades. So like that's crazy. But like they don't look good. Like look at these character designs. Yeah, like I think that's the best way to put it, honestly. It looks like a mobile game. These characters look like they are part of a mobile game. Like, granted, you're barely gonna see these characters. You're playing the game. Like, this part of the game is what matters. These parts don't really matter. You're barely gonna see them. But, like, look at his face. She looks alright. But look at his face. Like, he looks bad. Not, like, character design-wise. Like, whatever. He has a face. Like, whatever. But, like, just, like, graphical quality. He looks bad. And I remember in the trailer that they showed months ago, during the Summer Game Fest stuff, I thought the same thing then, where they just looked bad. And it's been months since then. We are closer to the release date of this game than ever. It releases in February. That's 3 months away. Now, granted, video games look really fucking bad until they look amazing, right? So, like, granted, asterisk, it could look fucking amazing off launch. But, like, right now, being 3 months, almost 2 months, it's almost exactly 3 months, out from release date, they look bad. And this trailer is in such a low resolution that, again, it looks like it's being shown off by using a Switch. But I don't know.
There you have it. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is our most wanted game. And even better, it's right around the corner. The new age of Civ begins on February 11th. And that's our show. Your wish list is no doubt packed with great games thanks to the tireless work of our experts on the council. And remember, you can find every single game on today's show in one handy location by visiting pcgamer.com/wishlist. 2025 is already looking like a stellar year for PC gaming, so we're excited to
releasing on PS4 also. Jesus
PC
Christ.
Gaming show in June. And of course,
I don't know.
we'll cook up another edition of Most Wanted next year too.
I love the art style of Civ 6. I know a lot of people shit talk it, but I like the art style of Civ 6. Civ 5 is definitely the better game, but Civ 6 art is so good. I like the stylized graphics.
Mutagen released.
What was number 1? Civ 7.
Scientist.
Security systems compromised.
On second thought, I think I'm going to put myself on ice until the next show. Thanks for watching.
Sealing cryo-containment chamber.
Oh, that was cool.
Please remain seated until the PC gaming show
Does that work though? If I didn't mess up the line. Okay.
Hello, PC gaming editors. It is I, Day 9. I'm here to record my segments. Okay, what the f? Drink some sewage out of this jar. Oh, all right. Anything for content.
So now you're a movie vlogger and shrimp. Sorry. God.
Oh, golly, doctor. I inhaled my own spit.
Number 2 is Doom.
I feel like I need to burp, but it doesn't want to come. Let's go. Horror games. We're going to drop into proximity chat with someone who spent their
This must have been the pre-show.
time in sandbox horror games.
I really like horror games. What is it with you interns and jump scares?
Blah, blah, blah. That's a pretty waveform. I'm being an idiot.
Is that what you're calling it? A mouthful? Snake eater?
Sorry, I'm a child. I shouldn't be allowed around adults. Or other humans in any way, of any age.
I do my own stunts. I'm the Tom Cruise of the PC gamer. Your wish list, so fuck, I can't do wish list. I'm so sorry. What is? Oh my gosh.
Showing us that nothing, showing us there's nothing, showing us there's nothing. Upscaling with DLSS.
And I'm not just saying that because our scientists are part of the same union.
It doesn't have the same ring to it as Pisser.
Oh, I actually said James Wright. I second-guessed myself. Bloody hell. I'm going to seal up the lab and take a long weekend.
I miss bloopers in old cute movies, and animated voice bloopers in Pixar movies, because it's a thing that ended when Disney bought them.
Yeah. Alright, yes, PC Gamer Showcase. I only missed one title of one game, I'm sorry. In that showcase, we got a whopping 80 video games. We got Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, TMNT, Tactical Takedown, Soulmates, Mothra? I don't know. The title went by too fast. Judus, Killing Floor 3, Gold Adventure Gold, Cairn, Starlight Revolver, Revenge of the Savage Planet, Spacecraft, Caves of Cud, Control 2, Crescent County, Citizen Sleeper 2, Eve Frontier, The Legend of Baboo, Tombwater, Prologue. It was called Prologue, I guess. I don't know. It might have had a subtitle and I missed it. I don't fucking know. Abyssus, Orcs Must Die, Death Trap, Perfect Dark, ? This is the one that I missed. Menace, Super Fantasy Kingdom, Mekkablood, Mafia Old Country, Dune Awakening, A.I.L.A. Abiotic Factor, The Outlast Trials is getting a DLC, Witchbrook, Robots at Midnight, Deepest Fear, Skate, Wizard of Legend 2, Tears of Metal, Ready or Not, Dark Waters DLC, Project 007, Enter the Chronosphere, Dark Water, Blueprints, Atomfall, Erikson, Chains of Freedom, Tempest Rising, Eternal Strands, a game featured in the most recent video essay that I put out on youtube.com/@DrewSunn. 2 lines, no spaces. Light No Fire, Vice Undercover, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, A.I.L.A Prime, Age of Darkness, Final Strand, The Altars, Aquamantis, The Thing Remastered, out now, Descenders Next, Let's Build a Dungeon, Wild Tactics, Steel Seed, Island of Winds, Sonokuni, Copa City, more like Copium, City Tales, a medieval era, I almost said Hellcock. Damn it. Fuck. Hellclock, Drivers of Apocalypse, Wanderstop, Avowed, The Finals New Season, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Merchants of Rosewell, Imperial, Legends of Alwyn, Total Chaos, Death Stranding 2, GTA 6, Spine, Slay the Spire 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Doom the Dark Ages, and Sid Meier's Civilization 7. 80 video games. 3 hours long. Too fucking long. Too long. 2 hours max, please. That's still a good show. It's still good. It's still good. A lot of good games in here. It's still worth the watch. Still worth my time. But God, so long. It's so long, man. It's so long. Yeah, one more showcase. We're not doing it tonight. It is going on 4 a.m. and that is my end time, and I will not budge. So we got one more showcase, the ANZ Indie Showcase. We're going to save that for next week because I can't do it tomorrow because we're playing Greece. So next week, probably Thursday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We will be doing the ANZ Showcase. Okay, bye.